Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Hand of Fate 2. In the previous episode, we started our journey through the Devil Challenge, wherein each of our companions seems to have fallen afoul of certain individuals. And according to some mysterious creature, we are also in danger of being devoured by the darkness. Where we left off, we were about to visit our mysterious benefactor who seems intent on helping us to see if he could aid us in gaining the gold needed to rescue Kolbjorn from the Thieves' Guild. You return to the fine mansion of Lord Apollyon and are granted an immediate audience. You say that another of your friends is in peril. How fascinating. You relate some detail as to Kolbjorn's situation. We live in dangerous times indeed, Apollyon says, shaking his head. I see you still bear the marks of battle yourself, Apollyon remarks, sending his butler for a healing potion. Thank you. How goes your quest to save Kolbjorn? Well, unfortunately, we simply don't have the gold to pay the ransom. I'd like to help if I may. Would you mind terribly indulging me in another little game? If you win, then I will give you the required gold to pay the ransom for your friend. No need to repay it, no strings attached. Yeah, right. If I win, then shall we say that you owe me a day's service, Apollyon suggests. I have business interests in the northern hills that require some important deliveries. As you know, the land is still rife with northerner warriors, despite the Emperor's claims. How about it, adventure? Kolbjorn's life could be saved with but a turn of the cards. Excellent, let's begin. Yeah, I'm keeping this. Ha! You win again! I think perhaps you are working a con on me, With a gesture from Apollyon, a small humanoid creature brings over a chest of gold. I hope with that gold you get your friend back in one piece. Do visit again sometime and let me know how it went. Oh, I wouldn't count on that.
Your allies, of course, help in times of trouble, but when the tables are turned...
You find yourself in the eastern district of the capital, approaching the markets. The Thieves' Guild would undoubtedly find you here and demand the ransom gold. You enter the wide courtyard filled with stalls and milling citizens. Within moments, you are roughly drawn into a shady corner, protected from prying eyes by a variety of hanging carpets. Hello again, the cloaked woman begins brightly, her two beefy companions silently taking position on either side of you. How did we go? Are we saving any lives today? You hand over a sack of gold coins, which is promptly seized by one of the large men. I hope that wasn't too much trouble to get your hands on, the woman comments as the coins are counted. Eventually the woman nods to the woman and the two men... eventually the man nods to the woman and the two men leave taking the gold. No hard feelings, hey? It's just business. Yeah, just business. The woman smiles, drawing up her cloak. Suddenly she dashes away, vanishing behind a pile of rolled-up carpets. Afraid that you might have been hoodwinked, you wander back through the crowds in time to see Kolbjorn being thrown from a moving wagon. You paid them, he says, standing and brushing himself off. I owe you my life. Kolbjorn relates his tale of capture and confinement by the guild. Estrella wasn't with me when I was taken. I don't know what fate has befallen her.
One has to wonder why a sudden wave of carelessness has overtaken your allies.
A herald enters the marketplace and announces that Captain Estrella Fior, traitor to the Empire, has been captured. She has been sentenced to death by the Emperor himself, the herald continues. Let her fate be an example to all who would consider defying his will. It won't work, interrupts a commoner. The more executions he hands out, the more the free people will rebel. The Emperor is cracking down on the lawlessness running rampant in the city, the herald responds, and you sound like a rebel yourself. Discreet inquiries lead you to learn that Estrella is being held in a remote Empire stronghold, but nobody claims knowledge of where it is. Yeah, only Apollyon knows. How will we ever rescue Estrella if we cannot even find her? Ariadne asks in anguish. Don't go to Apollyon. Trust me.
Our
Okay,
dreams
please.
vanish like mist when exposed to the light of day and reason.
Please let this work. Townsfolk gather around a well. A weeping woman says, "We are seeking solace for loved ones lost, but be warned, if you peer too long, your soul will be trapped in the well for all eternity." You gaze deep into the waters of the Well of Forgotten Dreams. Yes! Desert Trek is here. I know you guys said some of you might be tempted to go for Maiden or Waterfall of Youth, but no. Take the Desert Trek. You need this in order to get the gold. Oh joy. Alright, Ariadne, let's do this. Yes. I don't even want to know what those other two would have done. You wake up sometime later with no idea of how much time has passed. Uh-oh. Peril. Yes, we live in dangerous times. Let's change the topic. Of course, shall we discuss your past exploits once more? Tell me about that ogre you encountered. You talk at length of your adventures, and before you realize it, several hours have passed. I must attend to some pressing business now, but please, visit any time and let me know if you ever need assistance. Oh, we'll take assistance. Just not from you. General store. I can't really buy anything. No, I still need this. I mean, I'm definitely gonna need it. Definitely need that. I guess I could sell off the leather armor, but it wouldn't do me any good. I don't need food. Oh, that dazzling blade would be nice, but no. Alright, we've got Ariadne back. Distressed damsel, sure. It's probably gonna backfire on me, but oh well.
Back to the bones. I hope you have learned to be their master.
Yep. Saw that coming. Come on out, boys. Ah, boy. And we're using a heavy weapon at that. Should have swapped over when I had the chance. Assassin. Like a knife in the darkness, the assassin waits. Assassins perform quick, heavy attacks. Use evade or perish.
This is the life!
Ouch. Okay, that went better than I thought it would. With thugs defeated, we search them for valuables. There we go.
Victory. You are learning.
I still would have preferred gold, because we have more than enough food to get through this. Okay, we need to prepare ourselves for this. Great Traveler. One day you come across a man wrapped in a torn gray cloak sitting on a rock by the path through its sparse wood. Greetings, mortal, Theophilus utters as you stop. The next element of your magical salvation is approaching. He begins without bothering to stand. You will meet a traveler on the outskirts of the forest. Trade with him to obtain the feather of an angel. Do not reveal what use you would have for it. I wish you luck. Not long later, you meet a dwarf, bristling with bags, sacks, and other knickknacks. Let's trade. I'm sure we can come to a mutually beneficial transaction. Let's get that angel feather. As it happens, I do have an angel feather that I traded from a kobold mystic in the western provinces. Do you need it for anything particular? The dwarf asks shrewdly. You begin to negotiate. Oh boy. I need your help on this, Ariadne. Yes. Nope. I hit the wrong button. But I did see where a success was, so... You managed to convince the dwarf that the feather is probably a fake, worth little more than a few beads and the torn half of a map you find in your pack. The dwarf is barely out of sight when Theophilus is suddenly beside you, saying, "That dwarf has never had such a valuable prize in his possession, and perhaps never will again." But now it is time for the spell to be completed. Theophilus takes the feather and adds it to the spell concoction. The vial gives a silent, bright flash, then returns to normal. At last! After all these years, I will be free! You lunge forward, reaching for the vial, but Theophilus is already opening it. Be patient on this.
The pendulum is ever changing, and the challenges it presents change too.
Because you need to succeed. No! Theophilus cries as you wrestle the vial from his grasp. Please, mortal, you don't understand. This is my only chance for freedom. What are you talking about? I was like you once, full of purpose and an inflated sense of destiny. I dared to stake my soul on a card game. I've been enslaved since before the Empire formed, before even the Dragon Slayers waged their war. I have seen and done things that would drive you to madness. Without that vial, I shall suffer countless lifetimes more. Okay, I'm gonna go on and explain this whole thing. So, that vial, when drank, will give you a special blessing. A blessing that will make it so that in any card challenge, a huge success will show up. Now, if you were to play Lord Apollyon's game earlier, well, all the cards would be failures. You are destined to fail when playing it, and you will lose the challenge. If you don't have the Desert Trek, taking this vial, getting the blessing, and winning that card game is the only way you can beat the challenge. But you will not get the golden token. In order to get the golden token, you need to give him the vial. You give it to me willingly? I do not know your every deed and exploit, hero, but I do know that this is the greatest mercy you will ever perform. Theophilus drinks the contents of the vial. I now have one last game to play, that I may win my freedom, he says as he fades away. Thankfully, we do have the Desert Trek. You take a moment to consult the map you discovered while raiding caravans. It traces the merchant routes that crisscross the desert lands skirting the nation. The desert may hide many forgotten paths, but only the most prepared, or most desperate, risk trying to find them. Like I've said time and time again, the Desert Trek is the only way you're getting to Estrella without that blessing. Otherwise, you are destined to fail. Well, thankfully the success was on top. Now then, I cannot state this enough. Make sure you have full health before you go into this. Reason being is that when you win the card game, or rather, if you win the card game, well, he will teleport you directly to the fortress with some bonuses. You gain double your maximum life and heal that up, and gain some special equipment. However, there is something that takes away half that life, so, as I have stated, make sure you have maximum possible life. Because this fight, oh boy, it's not going to become easy. Mask of Holy Fortunes is kind of useless to me at this point. Right, camp, make sure you have a heavy weapon because you will be fighting the Empire. Make sure you got some good armor, and if you can, get some other good gear to give you as much defense as possible. Without further ado, let us move forward.
Can you hope to resolve things now?
You are spotted as you approach the remote, but well-guarded Empire fort. A call to arms rises from the walls as twin ballistas stall your advance. Yeah, this will always, and I mean always, take away half of your current life. Imperial soldiers block the path ahead. Alright, phalanx. It's going to be a pain. The knight I'm just going to have to do my best to avoid until I can take out the rest. Knight of Steel, that's a new one. He's a tough guy. Henricus the Warden, loyal to the Emperor and unforgiving in battle. Heavily armored, a knight can easily turn the tide of battle. Use bash to break their armor. Or I could just avoid them until I take care of the rest. Which is what I'm going to want to do. Alright, let's take care of the muskets. Come on, you're not going to get away from me that easily. Then I'll take care of the phalanx. Ariadne is thankfully keeping them busy and is actually doing a good job of taking down the Warden's armor. So yeah, she is definitely the person you want. Now, don't get cocky at all during this fight. Like I said, you are down to 50% health. Ow. Oh, and Ariadne's down. No, wait, no, not quite. Okay, now she's down. Workman's Hammer is pretty much a godsend in this just because of the fact that, well, it stuns Empire forces. Okay, now that everybody else is down, it's time to take him out. Bear in mind, like any enemy, you wail on him enough, he's going to start using unblockable attacks. But with that, the Warden has gone down, and Estrella is rescued. Not gonna lie, I was worried we were gonna die in that fight. With birds already feasting on the greater part of the fort's garrison, you gain easy access to the fort and locate Estrella in her cell. "Took your time," she says with a crooked smile. You briefly relate the difficulties that have beset your other companions as you exit the now deserted fort. I overheard the Warden say that someone gave them information. Told them right where I was going to be the day they ambushed me, Estrella says, pausing to relieve a fallen soldier of his weapon. It sounds like someone with a lot of clout went to a lot of trouble organizing all this. You're making some powerful enemies. Later that night, Theophilus appears from the darkness. "Thank you, friend. With your help, I have at last gained my freedom. Perhaps one day I can return the favor." Yeah, if you don't help him out, then you don't get that little tidbit or the golden token. But
There is much left to do, but we are beginning to.
for rescuing your companions, you gain Little Devil, Dwarven Haggler, Gambling Hansel, and Return to Rumstock. Little Devil and Dwarven Haggler are the things where we got the Horn and the Angel's Feather, respectively. For rescuing your companions, we get the Peeler, Dionysus Revenge, and Ram Shield. I believe the Peeler is meant to take away armor from enemies, so good against bosses. For saving Theophilus and your companions, we gain Mark of Damnation, This is a ring you can use to summon Theophilus if you have the blessings, the horn, and the angel feather from the Dwarven Haggler to remake that blessing. We're trying to defend Hansel the Gambler. We get the Ring of Concentration. I'm not 100% sure what that does. I don't think it slows down the pendulum, because we already got something for that, I think. But with that, we have come to an end of the Devil Challenge, leaving it golden. And I think I'm going to end that off here. Yeah, we've still got about 9 minutes left in the episode, but yeah, I don't want to get into the tower just yet, or into another challenge period. So, if you guys like what you see, please leave a like, subscribe for future content, don't forget to hit the little bell icon to get notifications of when I upload, or to hit the straw poll link to vote for our next Let's Play. And please, leave a comment down below this video. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.